to pinpoint a date at which the majority, there'll be a few that may not do it, but call it 40 states legalize cannabis in some way. Any way to pinpoint when that might be?
You know, I think that it probably happens before you have federal normalization. So there's a lot of road to hoe. But we already have most states either with programs in existence or that are considering some form of program to be launched. And so I think it's just a matter of a brief period of time.
Well, I'm sure you're talking to lobbyists and people in a variety of states. I mean, even the states that haven't come out publicly, are you getting the sense, are you getting the word, maybe the back channels, that there are many more states that are considering this possibility because they don't want to miss out on tax revenue when somebody wants to drive 15 miles over the border to the neighboring state?
No, that's a great point. And I think compounding that is the fact that states that could create their own laws are able to preempt federal lawmaking and federal regulations. And that's very important in terms of establishing an ecosystem that the states can manage, can really drive employment from, and can really drive tax revenue from. Every single state in the country, because of COVID, because of what you hear all the time, is looking for ways to increase their availability, not only of good jobs, but also tax revenue. This is the way to do it. And it's a program and it's an initiative that's really found its feet. And I think that you're seeing resounding support on both sides of the political aisle.
You got 12 analysts that cover the stock on the sell side, Nicholas, and their average price target's about $3.50 above where it is. The point I'm making is you've got sell side coverage. This is not some sort of outcast industry anymore. Do you feel like Wall Street has stepped up? Do you feel like you're getting the appropriate representation on the sell side, on the buy side, that funds are saying, you know what, we may not have bought a, quote, pot stock a few years ago, but we will now?
So I think you're seeing a lot of structural changes in the financial services environment. The U.S. investment banks really haven't played catch up, with the exception of, say, Cowen and a couple of others. But as we look at the landscape, I think what's fascinating is that we've always had a very institutional bias from a capital structure and from sort of an operating perspective. We had our first $1 trillion U.S.-based mutual fund make an investment in the company just a few weeks ago. We were the first plant-touching company that this particular mutual fund decided to invest in. And I think what it shows is that the velocity of the capital is finally going to start piling into the industry, and people are going to pick their favorites. We were very fortunate to be in a position to be the first. We definitely don't think that this is the last such type of investment that you hear about or that you see, but it really has been meaningful.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.